Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Wade Watches. I'm Wade, and today I am finally going to be reviewing The Little Mermaid, directed by Rob Marshall and starring Halle Bailey, Javier Bardem, Jonah Howard King, Melissa McCarthy, Davi Diggs, and Aquafina. Nailed it. So I really don't have much to add on to my initial out of theater reaction. If you watched that video, you know that I said that personally I just don't have that connection with a lot of the the animated Disney classics from the Renaissance period that a lot of you out there do, and love, you cherish those animations and love them dearly. That's never really been the case for me. Don't get me wrong, I've seen my share of them because they just had like all of the Disney VHS tapes on standby when I was growing up, going to daycare and summer camp. That's like all I watched and grew up on, but none of them ever stuck with me. Like I said in my out of theater reaction, in regards to um, I guess this is a bit later than like Disney Renaissance. I don't know, but in regards to kind of like late '80s, early '90s, early 2000s animations that are like near and dear to me, Prince of Egypt by DreamWorks is the one that reigns supreme for me personally. That is a very nostalgic film for me. And there are like a handful of Disney traditionally animated films that I do like. What off the top of my head, Atlantis, Hunchback of Notre Dame, have a soft spot for Mulan, and Treasure Planet. That's the one. But other than that, and that is and it is especially the case for the animated, kind of like the fairy tale princess movies. Those have just never really been my thing. Fairy tale musicals, Snow White, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, and all that. And the original Little Mermaid, of which this is, obviously a remake of, is no exception to that. Yes, I have seen the original, and again, my response is and the same pretty much goes for my response to this movie too. It's cute, it's harmless. Um, I What really stood out to me would actually be the thing that's pissing a lot of racist people off right now. Halle Bailey, a black woman as a mermaid. Oh my gosh, because that, I'm sorry, I have to address that. That controversy, that internet outrage is completely and utterly ridiculous. But enough of that. I said what I said. It's ridiculous. And if you honestly have this huge issue with Halle Bailey playing a fictional mermaid, you're a racist. No two ways about it. It's not because she was, white in the original source material by Hans Christian Andersen. You're racist, and if I'm gonna get canceled for saying that, so be it. I said what I said. But anyway, having gotten that out of the way, that really was the main thing that stuck out for me in watching this retelling of the original animation. She's very charismatic as Ariel. She does a good job as Ariel, and she has like the one of the most beautiful singing voices I've ever heard in my life, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Like, oh my gosh, she can sing. But other than that, everything around her was, so and so. Wasn't really, and this is what I was kind of worried about when they said that they were doing this. Was not a fan of how they reimagine, like the animated talking animal characters, like yeah, I got it. Sebastian, the crab, Scuttle, the bird, and I think his name is just Flounder, the fish. It's very bizarre because they went, again, once again, like they did with Lion King, they tried to make these talking animals look like the real deal, and it just, those two things just don't coincide. It comes off kind of very bizarre and rather creepy, to be, if to be completely honest with you. But that didn't like unnerve me to the point where I just like railed, that didn't make the whole thing fall apart. But at the same time, like I just said, these just, I'm a lover of film and cinema, but I guess they're like everybody else who loves movies. Some things just aren't your cup of tea, and that's the case for fairy tale princess movies. Everything was serviceable. One or two of the songs even stood out to me. I like the song that she sings when um I guess that's spoiler. Well, I guess it's the song that she sings on the surface. I don't know if that's a spoiler. I mean, I feel like you all know what happens with this movie because again, it's pretty much, if you've seen the original, everything in the original animation takes place here. There, of course, they changed like tweaked a few things I noticed because I remember just enough from the original animation, but not that much. But anyway, I like the song that's sung on the surface. I do like part of this rendition of "Part of Your World." I just enjoyed hearing her voice. I thought she did a good job. Other than that, actually, also enjoyed Ursula's Little Villain song. I've always liked villain songs in musicals, so music was decent. Nothing cringeworthy. Nothing that's like this music sucks. I hate it. Stop, please stop. And that comes from someone who's not the biggest fan of musicals, so that's something working for. But yeah, other than that, I really don't have much to add. Definitely, I'm not gonna crap on it like again a lot of people are jumping on the internet hate bandwagon. How dare you remake this animated classic and desecrate my childhood? It is not that bad. It's not that bad. Well, at least it's not that bad in my opinion. You guys think what you want to think, but it's not that bad. But on the simultaneously, it's nothing memorable or nothing masterful. It's a cute little harmless movie. The target demographic, which still which is still more or less children. Obviously, you can tell that by the way Disney's marketing it. I think they'll have a good time with it. There are a lot of little kids in the theater, and they seem to be enjoying themselves. And on a personal note, yeah, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna say this. It made me really happy when I saw this movie with my friend to see so many little black girls in the theater, some dressed up in like the Ariel princess dress. Seeing a princess that looked like them who does not turn into a frog halfway through. So, just on a personal level, like taking, whatever I may think about the movie itself, just like on just a personal level, that kind of warmed my heart. But I still can't, chalk the movie itself up for up if any points just for that. The movie itself is still like I said, harmless, cute, but nothing exceptional. So wrapping this review up, I'm going to give the 2023 remake of The Little Mermaid a 6 out of 10. It's like I said, cute, harmless, but nothing that'll like it won't. It's not going to make my best of the year list. It's just another average live action remake by Disney. I guess. I guess like. I guess that. I mean, I can see why Disney's obviously doing it. Money. And furthermore, I'm not even gonna say they all suck because I actually enjoyed the 2016 live action remake of Jungle Book. That was solid, but it added on to the original story, and I guess now Disney is like kind of like reverted to just like pretty much just retelling the original animation, not trying to take any risk. And whatever, do what you got to do. I'm not offended by it. I'm not disgusted by it. But they're just not for me. So again, 6 out of 10 for the live action remake of The Little Mermaid. And as a side note, I just remembered that Rob Marshall is also the guy who directed Pirates of the Caribbean 4 on Stranger Tides. And it's just interesting that the mermaids in that movie were a complete and utter nightmare fuel compared to this sweet, beautiful, innocent Halle Bailey in this movie. It's nothing clever. It's just funny to me. But again, one last time, 6 out of 10 for The Little Mermaid 2023. This has been yet another edition of Wade Watches, and I'll see you lovely folks next time.